Hi, friends and followers. Surprise! We're in the Kavango East. Yay! We're so excited to be here. But I tell you what, it was not easy getting here. It was certainly a challenge. And one thing that you can learn from our channel is that if we can do it, you can do it. Anyone can do it. We did not come with a lot of money, but I did use a lot of my money to make sure that I left Windhoek debt free. So that's a good way to start, something to make sure that you tick off if you decide to do this move as well. So for us, the moving process started where I lived in Windhoek West and my mother lived in Kommersdal. So it was first a case of moving out of the place in Windhoek West. I had to give notice, obviously. I had quite a few tenants with me. I had to give them notice. That was quite a process. And then moving our stuff from one house to another house in Windhoek before the move to the Kavango East. So I used my trusty little car and we packed her full a couple of times and we were up and down from Windhoek West to Kommersdal, packing our stuff, packing our dogs, getting everything to Kommersdal where my mom has a kindergarten and where she lives. And that was also part of the challenge, was actually getting her business sorted out so that she could also leave, because obviously we can't be running a business in Windhoek from the Kavango East. So we got tenants that took over the school, and that basically enabled us to take the last couple of steps for moving out. So because of the delays with the truck, myself and my kids had to live at the school with my mom for a while, surrounded by boxes and furniture that's stacked on top of each other, and that was quite a challenge in and of itself, as you can imagine. That ended up lasting for a lot longer than we thought because of the delays with the truck. So what we did was we moved my dogs, Sky and Smudge and Darling. They moved with a bakkie from Windhoek to the Kavango East, joined my brother and his family, because that's the property that we moved to, and had to join his pack of dogs, which was a bit challenging, as you can imagine, two different packs joining each other. So myself and my two children, we moved with my car, my trusty little Renault Logan, and my mom stayed behind in Windhoek, which was not the ideal way we wanted it to be, but that's kind of how things go. Things really go according to plan, as I'm sure you all know. And even though I got the car serviced and sorted out, or so I thought it was sorted out, my gearbox ended up going. When we hit Ochivarongo, my fifth gear broke. And so we had to stop at Ochivarongo, and my brother had to drive all the way from Mpapama all the way to Ochivarongo to get us, where we waited for hours at the ShopRite parking lot, and towed us from there all the way here to Mpapama. So our trip ended up taking 23 hours for us to get here. This is a move that the Lord has put on my heart for years now, for more than 10 years, about moving off grid. And sometimes God does that. He tells us to move and to do something where we don't even know how we're going to do it, how we're going to afford it. That doesn't seem to make sense. And from that time that I gave in my resignation, it took about 2 years until this move happened. We've been here for about 2 weeks now almost, just trying to settle in at first and shake a bit of Windhoek off from us. But the kids have started with coffee harvesting and processing, which I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek, and I'll do the complete video for that later. We've also started with planning the garden, which I've also give you a sneak peek, which I will be documenting the whole process for you to see how we do all of that. And also, now that we are two families together, we sat down, we had a meeting working out our schedules about the children's homeschooling, the garden that needs to be seen to, all the various projects, because of course, being off grid, there is no such thing as quickly calling the plumber or municipality sorting out your services or anything like that. So everything, we have to do everything ourselves. I would rather spend my time uh, building our life. So it's not that the work is any less, it's just that now we'll be working for building our life. the children can learn skills and learn all the things hands-on, working on solar the way my brother was teaching them, which you'll also see here. There's a whole range of things that the children can learn. We are blessed though with our move that we can move here and already have a place to live. So there's a caravan and there's a flat. The flat will be where my mother moves into when she eventually gets here, because she's still in Windhoek. And the caravan is where my boys and I will be moving into. And there's already solar, there's already a borehole. So we are blessed that those things are in place. So there's my trusty car that broke down, unfortunately, and my brother's house. And there's the caravan and the flat where we live at the moment. And from here, this path takes us to where I will be building my house and my mother's house. So let me show you guys what the land looks like. So that's the back of the flat. All of this is the land. Way back there, those trees in the background, is the orchard. That's a whole lot of mango trees and orange trees and lemon trees and all sorts of stuff. And the pathway goes to the front gate, which is way over there. And this whole part, basically from the trees there, all along here, is where we will build the two houses. So there's so much more for you guys to see that will be coming soon. We are still just settling in over here. We are lucky that we're moving to land that, even though it still needs to be developed, my brother and his family is already here and they've given us a portion of their land. There's already solar, there's already a borehole, so that's going to save us in costs and convenience, of course. I will be sharing with you guys all the things that we do day to day and what living off-grid feels like. So moving out of the city, the capital Windhoek, and moving off-grid in Namibia and living abundantly is absolutely possible. So hope to see you soon. Till next time. Ciao.